Hello, everyone. We do a live stream every single week on LinkedIn. I want to introduce everyone here to Joan Kling, and I appreciate you for actually kicking off the second half of my 52-week challenge. So, Joan, how are you doing today?
Oh my gosh, I'm excited. And 27 is going to be my new number, and I'm going to play it in the lottery, 2 and 7 and 7 and 2 and 20 and 27. I got 3 numbers.
All right, let me know if you win, and we split half of that, right?
We'll definitely split it. We'll definitely split it. There's a problem with me and playing the lottery is, you got to buy a ticket, and I just don't usually get around to buying a ticket. So don't quit your day job, so to speak.
Yeah. Well, hey, if you're lucky, then you get to quit your day job then. So, yeah. So I just today we're going to be talking about the PIES philosophy of coaching leaders. Joan is a leadership coach, also a keynote speaker, and I mean, this PIES philosophy is something you came up with. So I'm really curious to learn a bit more about that. But before we go into it, Joan, do you mind sharing a little bit about yourself and what you do?
Oh my gosh, thank you so much, Stephen, for having me on. And I love that you have I was trying to look where I can write a comment because I wanted to write, yeah, it is. This is going to be an epic combo. And I wanted to write, yeah, it is, back to Bernard. But thanks for having me on. I'm so excited that I'm starting the second half, which is awesome. I played sports a lot in my life, and often I sat on the bench and played in the second half. So that's nice. And I call myself a self-leadership coach because all leadership starts with self. In order for you to lead someone else, you have to figure out what it is that you believe, how you want to act, what are your values. I'm very big on values-based leadership and servant leadership. And so whenever I have a client, we usually always do values and are you auditory, visual, kinesthetic, and basic things of how it would be helpful if you knew the people that you were leading, their types, so to speak.
Yeah, no, that's an excellent point. We hear the term servant leadership thrown out a lot recently, and I think it's as a leader, you're not there to promote yourself, right? You're there to promote your team, the people who are who are following you, whether it's as a workplace or just somewhere in general. And what you just said is, you have to learn and adapt to each individual person because there's really no one size fits all. One size fits all leadership style. You might have your own style. Different leaders have different styles, but you have to be able to adjust it for each individual because everyone's different. Everyone has different motivations, different ways of motivation. You talked about auditory, visual, calisthenic. Just people absorb things and appreciate things in different ways. So that's an excellent point. And yeah, for commenting, Joan, I don't know if you can multitask here, but you can open the post I created about 2 days ago. You can open that in a separate tab, and then you can directly comment on there if you want. So you can directly reply to Bernard. I don't know if you have a second screen. It makes it a little easier there. But that's something you can do as well.
Okay, I'll check it out. I'll check it out when I get a chance. Let's see. Hello from Massachusetts. Wow.
Yeah. Hi, Melody. Yeah, thanks for joining late. It's probably it's 8 p.m. in Massachusetts. Joan, where are you located?
I am originally from Philadelphia, but I lived in San Diego most of my life. I came to San Diego on a whim when I was 19 years old and basically have stayed here. So, Yvonne, what part of SoCal are you in?
Yeah, I'm here in Maui. Not to brag, second time in Maui in the last month or so. So it's 2 p.m. here. It's a little weird, but thanks for being accommodating. And it's a 3-hour difference. It's a big difference. So, but crazy.
Yeah. And then you also have written under me keynote speaker. I love to speak in front of hundreds, thousands of people. And a mentor coach means that I help coaches get certified. If you want to get certified through the International Coaching Federation, then you have to have a mentor coach. And so I guide them along the way. Okay, we have Yvonne's in Key West, Florida. We're all over the place.
Yeah, we got a bunch of people watching here. Hi, Anna. Hi, Yvonne. Hi, Melody. Hi, Bernard. Yvonne, you probably saw my recent post. I don't know, Joan, if you saw the recent post as well about me in Maui.
No.
I just got engaged yesterday. So So I don't know hey, Michelle, you want to raise your hand a little bit? I don't know if we can see it. Oh, other side, right here. Yeah, there you go. Yep, you can see the ring. So,
huge. It looks huge from here.
It is a huge ring. So
if I can see it from here, it's huge.
So yeah, it's I mean we're still on the high right now, so it's just been absolutely amazing. But no, had to make sure to have this live stream here.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah. So let's see here. Yeah, thank you, Bernard, thank you, Anna. I'm replying to comments on every single social media platform right now. It's just a little overwhelming. So, but yeah, let's continue with our topic here about leadership. Joan, what is leadership? What does leadership mean to you?
To me, the difference between a manager and a leader is that a manager tells people what to do, and a leader creates people who want to follow, who want to do things. A manager is often directive, and a leader is more supportive and gives you the supplies, whatever it is, from a pen to good air conditioning to, I was watching Ted Lasso the other day. My kids have told me about it, and I don't know if you've seen it, but the guys were complaining about a lot of stupid stuff, but then they complained about, or they were just calling him a curse word. And then they said, we need higher pressure in the showers. And so he didn't know that. And so like a leader makes that happen. And the next time all the guys took a shower, they were like, oh, we have, someone's listening. I think listening is so important for a leader. Yeah.
I agree 100% there. And one thing I learned just through my career so far, that you don't have to be coded as a leader to be a leader. Right? Like at work, you have like managers, you have like different levels of people, you have individual contributors. You don't have to be a manager title to be a leader. And I think what you said was just, people want to follow certain leaders. And, again, you don't need to have that title, and it's not something that's forced on people, not like a manager title, but people want to follow you. People want to learn from you. People want to be part of your team, your group, your whatever, because of certain values that you exhibit. And, you talked about listening. I think that's an absolutely good one, because, as a leader, you got to support others. You got to build people up. You put others ahead of you, in front of you. You put them in the best position to succeed as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And years ago, one of my bosses told me, always hire someone smarter than you. And a lot of people are just afraid of someone that's smarter than them. And I'm like, you hire someone who's smarter than you, then you have to do less work and you can get, the credit for the team. And so, I mean, it's like a win-win. But I think everyone is a leader. And what I tell my coaching clients and people that are in the classes that I present, everyone's watching you. Everyone's watching you. So if a person is coming in late all the time and you're not doing anything, people are watching. If someone's coming in late all the time and you yell at them, people are watching. And so it's just be aware. And it takes time to change. We remember good leaders that we've had in our lives because they're very few and far between. And I think a leader asks for feedback. Have you ever heard of that exercise, start, stop, continue?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do that at work. Yeah.
Just what am I doing that you want me to continue? What should I start? And what should I start that I'm not doing? And I think it's good to just get feedback from your staff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you can't assume things, right? And sometimes people are just scared to bring something up, especially in a public forum, like in a meeting. And this is something we do at work. We just have that type of feedback. That's part of our performance review, or I guess we do that a mid-year review before our year-end performance review. Just have that conversation with your leader on, hey, what do I need to continue? What do I need to stop? And what do I need to start? And I think something very popular today is the 360 feedback, right? Mm-hmm. So it's not just managers or leaders giving feedback to their subordinates or their employees, but it goes the other way as well. Mm-hmm. And for me, that's just I live off feedback. I always ask my manager, hey, how am I doing? What can I do better? What's the feel, or what's kind of the feedback you've gotten from other leaders who see me as well? Because again, like you said, you're always being watched. Someone's always watching you, whether you know it or not. And you might have a certain impression that you think you're giving off, but you just want to get that validation as well. And if you get some early feedback that it's not positive or it's something you can improve on, then you can do that early on before it's too late or it has some disastrous result.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I tell my coaching clients and my students that if you have the opportunity, because not everybody has the opportunity to get a 360. So if you have the opportunity, take it. And sometimes people will say bad things. They'll say things in a cruel way. But my experience with people that I have worked with, they always underestimate themselves than the people that are doing the evaluation. Mm. And so it's reinforcement that, see, you're doing great. Because we have these voices in our head that I'm not good enough. I'm not, I need to get better. And the imposter syndrome's just going on and on and on. So a lot of times it will show that you're doing great. You're doing just fine.
Yeah, we are definitely our own toughest critic. And I mean, we're just harsh on ourselves here. Want to highlight a couple of comments here. Hi, Kenneth, again. Really appreciate the comment, savoring the flavor. I really expect to see that every single time on the live stream. So I appreciate that unique comment every single time. Yes, Melody, a lot of companies lack listening for feedback. I feel like you have to be proactive about it. And some people or some companies just don't do that. They expect things to work out or things just to happen, to be well all the time. And that's just not the case. And then hi, Maria, another fan here of the live streams. Just want to say hi as well. So Joan, next question.
I like Bernard's comment where he's replying to Melody, no comment.
Yeah, sometimes funny. It is what it is, and it's just
and also just business owners, yeah.
So Joan, let's just talk briefly here. How do you become a leader? What are some opportunities that people can do to become a leader, or some what's your take on it? When I created this post, I put a question out there: are leaders born or are leaders developed? And I want to get your thoughts on that.
I think it's both, and I think that because we are all different, we need different kinds of leaders. So, like an introvert may say, "I just can't be a leader because I'm an introvert." Well, there's a lot of people who are going to respond to your style. So for me, it is knowing your values, knowing who you are, being authentic, being vulnerable as much as you trust the audience, and baby steps, and just never giving up. There is so much information available right now. So read biographies, read books by people that you think are good leaders. Follow their Instagram, follow them on LinkedIn, and see what little gems you have of them, and get from them. And then some really bad leaders, don't forget the bad leaders, because the bad leaders teach us really good lessons on how not to be.
Yeah.
So now it's easy to look at someone and say, oh, I'm never going to do that. Oh my gosh, I would never do that. Well, what are you going to do when the newspaper's there, the microphone's in your face, the cameras are going? What are you going to do? So it's preparation, and it's going with the flow. It's like not taking it too seriously, and just never giving up. Just continue.
Yeah, it's I would say definitely there's a lot of pressure being a leader, because you're not just watching for yourself anymore. You're watching for your team. You're supporting others. And I would say for a lot of people, and I share this advice to a lot of college students, that, hey, it's, you're early on in your career. Like, how do you become a leader, right? You don't get that leader title just by, in your first entry level job. But a great way to do that is just while you're in school, go join an organization, go join a club, and go take on a leadership position there. Because it's very low pressure, it's very low risk. Because who are you leading? You're leading your peers, you're leading your classmates, and it's you get to lead this club or organization that you're passionate about. Everyone there is basically your friend, and you're not leading a team to create like a brand new product that you have to release by a certain time for a company. You're just organizing events. You're fundraising, you're promoting any events, or maybe you're supporting the members of the overall organization. But it's just a great way to build that leadership, get certain people to follow you. You start developing your leadership traits. You develop those skills. You talk about listening. I would add communication. I would add motivation, and just being a great leader. It's just great. Just being in school early on, that's a great place to start, because you build that experience early on, and it's very low risk as well.
And I think, like, since I believe everyone is a leader, just be your authentic self.
Exactly.
And stick up for the underdog and help people out. And you want to be a servant leader, so serve, help people, help the next person, give to the next person what was so freely given to you.
Yeah, exactly. And I think I did a post about this recently. Just be authentic, right? Because it's hard enough being yourself. Don't try to be a copy of yourself. Don't try to be anyone different. Just be yourself, and you'll attract a following, right? Like, and again, you want to attract people that resonate with you. You don't want to just attract people that don't quite vibe with you, who have, what's the word? Different differences with you, just don't agree with things you say. Like, you don't want to be with those people. So, by being your authentic self, you'll have the right people following you here. So, Joan, let's spend the last second half here just talking about the PIES philosophy. I'll let you introduce it. This is something that's right on your LinkedIn profile. This is how you teach your coaching clients. Do you mind just going through the PIES philosophy? We can go letter by letter here and just talk about each one.
Well, I think it's very apropos since it's the 4th of July weekend, and a lot of people having barbecues. And pie is, apple pie is so American for the 4th of July. And I got to tell you, the story behind it is that I work for a company named Better Up. I'm a contract employee. And I knew I had to do some videos, and as part of the application process. So I had set aside this certain time that I was going to do these videos and get them done. And I wasn't going to worry about, is my hair okay? Everything, I'm just going to send them in. And so the first question was, what is your coaching philosophy? And I thought, well, shoot, a coach should probably know that. So I started writing down things that I really have passion around. And one of them is permission to be great is granted. And what I mean by that is that a lot of us have been told throughout our lives what not to do. Don't be a show off. From childhood, don't be a show off. Don't make too much noise. Don't be too smart to make your brother look bad. Don't be too pretty. Don't get too good, but we've never been told what to do. And so I use the word permission, like permission is granted for you to do whatever you want to do now. And we can rewrite some of those stories, and we can undo some of the wounds that have been caused intentionally and unintentionally by making us smaller and smaller and smaller. I really like what Marianne Williamson says. She says, you're playing small does not serve the world. So we were each giving, like you're talking about how to be a leader. Well, be yourself. You were given gifts inside you. Your gifts, you have gifts that only you have. Only you. The world is waiting for you. So permission is granted to be great.
Yeah. Oh, that's really powerful words there, Joan. I'm just going to echo it, just basically in a different way, right? It's just, don't ask for permission to do things, right? Go do what you want to do in your career. Go do what you want to do to help others, to travel somewhere, to enjoy life, to go eat specific, don't just do what you want to do, right? And if you just have positive intent behind it, I mean, just go do it. It's a lot of people face that pressure of I want to study I want to study this major because my parents want me to, and I'll be a failure without it. And it's like, you're putting there to make them happy, but you're just going to be miserable. Not just the 4 years while you're studying it in school, maybe even beyond if you're doing graduate degrees or doctorate degrees or whatever. But you're just going to be miserable for the rest of your life. And you just got to make that switch. I'm part of this Facebook group, which is different people running their own business, entrepreneurs, and people share a lot of their stories on there. And it's just like, I was on my way. My parents wanted me to become a doctor, engineer, or whatever. And I was like, no, I want to create my own fashion business. I want to create music. I want to do this and that. And just do what you want to do. And you just feel so much happier. And it feels like your life has your life is more fulfilled and your life has meaning behind it as well. So yeah, exactly. Just go do what you want to do. You don't have to ask anyone for permission. It's already given to you.
Mm-hmm. And the next letter of PIES is I, which stands for imperfection is encouraged. So that really follows up on the first one, because when you go after your dream, no matter how big or small, exactly, Melody, every one of us has gifts and a purpose. And I feel that it's my obligation, once I discover what it is, to share it with the world. And Kenny has said, he kind of said above that, no one ever told me not to speak up. Well, that's awesome. Awesome.
Yep. And this one too.
I will never be invisible. And that's a choice. You don't have to be. You don't have to be. And that's a whole other thing. Like, okay, I don't want to be famous. I don't want to be working 20 hours a week. You can still go after your dream and mold it the way that it's going to work for you. So imperfection is about just trying again and again and again. And perfection keeps people stuck in doing nothing. There's a saying that says, let me see if I'm going to get this right. Perfectionism leads to paralysis. No, leads to procrastination, leads to paralysis. And that's in all areas of our lives. So you want to clean out the garage. Well, it's too much because you don't know what to do. It's just too much. So you don't even start, and stuff just keeps piling on. Or in other people's lives, the years keep going by and by and by, but there's this little voice or this tap on your back that's constantly saying, hey, remember you wanted to write a book. Hey, remember you wanted to buy a motorcycle. Hey, remember you wanted to visit Maui. Remember, it won't let you forget it's there. That's what I call a calling. And you're going to make a lot of mistakes, and you only have to get up one more time, then you fall down.
Yeah, definitely. And what does perfect mean, right? What does perfection mean? It's just, things will never be perfect. And I say this all the time when people are trying to create their first video, create their first post on LinkedIn. Just post it, right? It's never going to be perfect. The lighting's not going to be perfect. Your speech, you might have a filler word, or once or twice. It's never going to be perfect. So just go do it. Just go take that first step. Go post. Go clean out the garage. Go travel somewhere. Go book those tickets. And with imperfections, with mistakes, that's how you learn. And with my weekly LinkedIn live journey here, I've learned through each one. I get better each time. I watch the replay, and sometimes I'll just be honest, I go in with the mindset saying, oh, I got to be a little slower when I talk. I got to watch my filler words, and then that just goes out the window immediately because I'm just so into the conversation. But just encourage yourself that it's okay. It's okay to not be perfect, because no one is. No one is perfect. And yeah, learn from your mistakes and just keep going. And like you said, just keep getting up one time more than the number of times you fall in.
Right. And I tell my clients to shoot for excellence, not perfection.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's a good one.
But a lot of people have a hard time with it. Like I have a client right now who's getting an MBA, and she's feeling really, really, really stressed out. And I said, well, but what would it be like for you to get, what would it be for you to allow yourself to get B's? And absolutely not. Absolutely not. Can she not have straight A's? So, we have choices. And as we grow older, it's more of a choice. Like, that joke about what do they call a medical student with a C average?
What is that?
A doctor.
A doctor. Okay.
So, take it easy on yourself.
Mm-hmm. it's less stress. It just makes things a lot easier. I agree.
Exactly. And the next letter of PIES is E, which stands for eyes on self, which means that people are going to get success quicker than you. People are going to get success less quickly than you. People are going to earn more money than you. People are going to earn less money. As soon as I compare, I'm either better than or less than. I'm not just a worker among workers. I'm just not one among many. I'm constantly comparing and looking, and I'm not in the present. I'm not looking and excelling at the presents that have been given to me. So I just have to keep focused on my outcome, the outcome that I want, and stop comparing myself, stop looking at everyone else. Like you're saying about LinkedIn. Well, my goodness gracious, immediately when we got on here, for those that are listening, I'm going, oh, wow, Stephen, your whole layout is so much better than mine. And look, you have this thing going across the bottom. I don't do that. Maybe I should do that. And I just have to tell these voices, okay, enough, stop. Eyes on self. You're doing fantastic. Don't worry about it. And since the time is coming to an end, S is for support system creation, which means that you can't do this alone. We're social animals. We were meant to be in packs. We were meant to get people to help us. And people are waiting for you to ask them. So a lot of times I'll coach people, who is it that you could call that could help you with this? Oh, I don't want to bother anyone. I'm like, try it. You're not bothering us. We love to get out or a break of doing what we're doing to help somebody else. Like I said, which was so freely given to us that we have to give back, pay it forward, help somebody up. But to think you can do this by yourself is difficult because the mind is going to play games on you. And pretty soon you're not going to be doing anything. And then you're going to be comparing yourself. And then it's this vicious cycle of never getting anywhere. Oh, I moved. So there's my PIES on the back wall there.
Oh, really? Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
I just want to kind of summarize the last couple points here and share my insights. With eyes on self, what I say is life is a collaboration, not a competition. And it goes with the S as well, because exactly what you said. There's definitely going to be people who make more money than you. There's people who are going to have more followers, who have more posts, who have, etc., more. And just by doing that, it just discourages you from even pursuing it. And my advice is, well, look at life as a collaboration. So go ask someone, hey, what did you do to get 10,000 followers? How were you able to find all these clients? And just ask them for advice, because people like helping each other. Go find that system creation. Go find that support team. And even earlier, Joan, you were commenting on my banner. I just said, I just figured this out on my own. I create the flyer, and over different LinkedIn lives, I found out where the screens are, where the video feeds are, and sort of move them over time, just to make sure. And now it's almost perfect, right? And just week after week doing that, and then with the support. Excellent. I appreciate it. Thank you. And with support system creation, exactly. You just can't do things on your own, and just because with the engagement yesterday, I didn't do it on my own. I had an illustrator. I reached out, found an illustrator to draw a storybook that I gave my girlfriend. And I basically had a random stranger film the whole thing for us. I had friends come with me. We went ring shopping. So it's just like, I can't do things on my own. And, so you need a whole support team as that here. And just final comments here. Preach it, Joan. I really appreciate your insights here, and thank you, Bernard, for the comments. With Kenneth, don't be afraid to ask, right? Because if you don't ask, the answer is still no, right? Just put it out there. Just ask the question, and you never know what the response is with that. Joan, do you have any last points you want to bring up?
I was just thinking as you were saying that, just don't give up. Ask again, try again, because I have major ADD. I fight with depression. So you may contact me. And once you get off the main screen and down into the emails that are down here, yes, I am one of those people that has tons of emails unopened. I just forget. So ping me again and say, hey, I contacted you a couple of weeks ago. Oh, okay. You're not bothering people. and to just to this week, take one baby step, one scary thing. Like, I feel like every day do something scary, and just take one baby step on figuring out what you want to do, or reach out to me. My information's on LinkedIn. That's the best way to get me. And I will be glad to respond. And if I don't respond, hit me up again.
Yeah, Joan, I was gonna, that was a perfect segue. I was gonna give you the last couple minutes here before we wrap up. Here's the LinkedIn for Joan. Make sure you connect with her. And Joan, I want to give you the floor here. If you have anything coming up you want to promote, you have any plug, how do you want people to reach out to you, how you can help people, et cetera, just give you the floor here.
Well, I do 2 LinkedIn Lives. Thank you, Stephen. I do 2 LinkedIn Lives, one on Tuesday, which is called On Being a First-Time Leader, 10:30 a.m. Pacific time. The other one is Sundays, 10:30 a.m. Pacific time, and that is called Stories of Serendipity and Synchronicity. And that's just really fun. People just talking about the randomness of life. And I have my project that I have right now ready to go live is 2 courses for managers and supervisors. And one is called the Emerging Leader Success Academy, which is for first-time leaders, less than 5 years of service. And we do all kinds of things to get them ready to be a fantastic leader. And then the other course is called Writing Your Leadership Legacy Story. And that is for leaders who have been in the position 5 or more years. And we talk about values, we talk about who influencers, we talked about beliefs, drivers, and then we put it all together in a nice document that you can present to your staff. Because what is one of the biggest things missing is that I don't tell my staff who I am and what they can expect of me. This is what I expect of you. This is what you can expect of me. And so that is often not spoken. So I help people have really difficult conversations.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And how can people find out more about those courses you have upcoming?
They can contact me on LinkedIn Live, or they can go to my website, which is joankling.com.
All right. Let me just put that out there. So make sure you go to joankling.com, go look at the upcoming courses, leadership courses that she has. And just want to highlight the last final comments here, Joan, for everyone's visibility. Our vulnerability is how we connect with each other.
Exactly.
No one's perfect, right? And we just, we just resonate with each other.
Yeah, we need to connect.
Kenneth, be comfortable with being uncomfortable. And I mean, exactly like you said, take that one baby step every single day, and after a while, it's just like nothing phases you anymore. With the LinkedIn Lives, it's just, hey, week after week. I mean, I'm not even nervous anymore. I'm just come up here and just have a great conversation with each of the different guests that we have here.
Mm-hmm. Awesome.
And then final comment here from Yvonne. Yes, hey, thank you so much, Yvonne, for being a great supporter here. And and again, Joan, thank you so much for your insights, walking through the PIES philosophy, and just really great lessons just throughout there you can apply for anything. Whether if you are an aspiring leader or maybe you just kind of want to stay back a little bit, but let's just with the PIES philosophy, let me just put it back on the screen again. Permission to be great is granted. You don't need to ask anyone to go do what you want to do. Imperfections occur. Nothing will ever be perfect, right? Learn from your mistakes, and that's how you grow. Eyes on self, right? And as I said earlier, life isn't a competition; it's collaboration. Don't compare yourself to others. Just take that first step and keep going. And support system creation. We all have a team. Lean on your team. Lean on your support system for help to get to where you want to be. So, I mean, this is great, Joan. I've learned a lot, and I hope a lot of great comments. Just a lot of comments going on here. A whole conversation between Bernard, Kenneth, Maria, Yvonne, etc. So, anything else you want to add before we close out here, Joan?
Keep up the good work, Stephen. You're doing fantastic. And let me know how I can help you with anything. And anybody that's listening, if I can help you with anything, reach out.
Yep, absolutely. And here's Joan's LinkedIn. Make sure you reach out to her, connect with her. And I mean, it's with just the brief lesson here, she's a great coach and mentor. And, everyone can learn a lot from her. So I just want to say, Joan, thank you so much for your time here. And hope you enjoyed this LinkedIn Live.
And congratulations on your new engagement and your future new life and wife. And so happy for you.
I appreciate it. Yeah, and it's I think I mean friends on both sides. Everyone's just happy for both of us. So it's I mean, for me, it's just like, okay, cool. I can relax the rest of the trip because I got that out of the way. But
Oh
I mean,
my God, no kidding. Whew.
But it's just been amazing so far. And again, I can't imagine what's going to be like in the future. So again, just really appreciate all the supportive comments on social media, on LinkedIn here. I did a post early this morning. So all the positive comments, I still haven't gone back to all of them, but I will try. I will make an effort to do that. And Joan, thank you again so much for your time here and all the lessons that you shared.
All right. Bye-bye, everyone.
All right. Thanks, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your day. Have a great 4th of July weekend if you're in the U.S. And if not, just have a great weekend in general. Talk to you all next week.
Okay. All right. Bye-bye.